Hey, you no-good, grubby little leech. I want to know just how long you plan on surviving off of all my dad's hard work. Don't you realize we'd all be so much happier if you just got out of our lives? I haven't heard from you in so long, and this is the way you break the silence? I feel like you've been completely ignoring me around the house as well, you know. I really don't know what's gotten into you, but I'm starting to get a bit sick of it. I mean, you're not even cooking the meals that I'm making for you anymore. And just who do you think you are talking to me as if you're my real mom, huh? You really need to remember your place in this family, you parasite. I'm sorry that you don't like the way I worded things, but I don't see how anything I said was false. I don't care what's true and what's false. I just know that I want you out of our lives. I really don't understand. Why are you coming to me and saying all of this all of a sudden? It's not so sudden for me. I know that my dad and I are going to be just fine on our own. We don't need some outsider leeching off of my family's wealth anymore. I'm sorry you feel this way about me, but maybe you should talk about these feelings with your father first. Then maybe we could all talk about this together with each other. Maybe your dad would even agree to move out and take you somewhere. And just why would my dad have to do something like that, huh? It's his house. If anyone should have to leave, it should be you. I really think that you should talk to your father about this before we carry on with this talk. Besides, I make $100,000 a year. What am I leeching off of anyone? I think you just want me out of the house is all. But what I don't get is what you think you're going to gain by doing so. What am I going to gain? Well, that should be obvious. I'll finally be ridding my family of a disgusting parasite that's been living off of us for years. Even Dad is getting sick of having you around. He's always talking about how he has to work all day, but you always spend all of his money. Meanwhile, you hardly leave anything for him to spend on himself. Did your dad really say that? Even about him having to work every day? Well, it's true, isn't it? You're always coming and going to and from the house whenever you want, but Dad only ever goes to work and comes home, and that's all he has time for, and it's all your fault. You keep a short leash and don't let him live his life the way he wants. I hate what you're doing to him. Tina, I really think that you need to get a grip and reassess the situation. And I don't say that for my sake, but for yours, okay? Just what do you know, huh? Don't pretend as if you know what I want. I know that you're a selfish woman who only ever does things for herself. That's why I want you out of our lives forever. I am trying to tell you that you're making a mistake here. You really need to go and talk to your dad about this. He can explain it all. Let me go and talk to him for a moment, and then I'll come back to you, okay? Can you please just give it a rest already with what you say to Tina?
What the heck are you talking about? I don't really care, but can you lend me some money? I'm almost through my budget for the month, and I need more. Come on. You know that you don't give me enough anyways. Just give me a little more.
You want even more money? What happened to all that I gave you already? How did you spend it all so quickly? Anyways, we're going to be talking about money after I say what I came here to say. You need to have a real conversation with your daughter and tell her the truth about what's going on. The more you put that off, the worse my relationship gets with her. I am tired of her talking down to me, insulting me, and treating me like an idiot because of you, Todd. I am seriously starting to reach my limit. Do you understand me?
I don't know what you want me to do. She's your daughter now, too, you know. Go be a good mom and learn how to control your children better.
Control her? Todd, she's already 17 years old. This isn't about controlling her. It's about giving her the information she needs to make her own decisions about life. You have to stop lying to her and telling her false information. She blames me for every single problem we have. It isn't fair that I should be the one taking all of the heat because you don't want to step up and tell her the truth. All of this would be solved if you weren't such a coward.
I will talk to Tina about my life when I'm good and ready to. Okay?
No, not when you're ready to. Now. You've been saying, when I'm ready, for years now. Don't you realize how this is affecting us as a whole family?
Yeah, of course. I know all that. And if you just give me a little more money, I'll really think about saying something. I promise. Now come on. I'm seriously down to my last few dollars. You've got to give me something.
You really are just the worst. Do you realize that, Todd? Hey there, Anna. I see that you've left for the day. You know that you don't need to bother coming back home ever, right? And just what is that supposed to mean? And since when did you start calling me by my first name? I mean that if you're already out of the house, you should stay out. All you do is make things worse, so just keep away. If you have something you want to say to me, why don't you just come out and say it? Well, I actually sent off the divorce papers for you and Dad. That means that you and him don't need to live together anymore. Dad and I are going to live together, and you'll have to go and figure out your own life. So you really did send the divorce papers for your father and I? And just how did you manage to get away with doing something like that? Well, you probably had no idea about this, but Dad had already printed out the divorce papers and kept them in his desk. I happened to see where he put them one day when he tried to hide them from me, and so I dug them out while he was away. I saw that he had already signed his name all where it needed to be. I really do need to thank Dad for being so prepared. So then you sent out divorce papers that your dad had already signed without telling either of us? I have to say that I am shocked at you. And since you don't even have a job, you probably won't be able to find a place to live now, too. I warned you that you should do a little more research into this before acting, but are you sure you really want me out of the house? Of course I am! This is what I've been waiting for forever! I feel like I'm having a dream come true! I'm finally getting to squash the horrible leech that's been on the side of my family for years. I feel at ease. It's like a great burden has been lifted off of our shoulders and the sun has come out after a rainy day. Just the thought of you being cold and homeless on the street is bringing me so much joy! Well, if this is what you really want, good luck, I guess. The one who's going to need luck is you! Whatever you say. I guess I'll take my leave from the house then. But I just have one last thing that I think you should know before I leave. And what last pathetic words do you have to say to me? I'm not the one who doesn't have a job. That would be your father. Wait, what is that supposed to mean? I mean that you said your father told you that he goes to work every day. That's a lie. All he does is spend his days at the casino wasting our money. Wait a second, you expect me to believe that? That's just ridiculous. Why would Dad lie to me about working? And why would he be spending all day gambling? I suppose this really is the first you're hearing about all of this then. But it's true. I'm afraid that everything your father said about me was just to protect his own reputation in your eyes, Tina. I don't get what you mean. This doesn't make any sense. Why would he need to worry about his reputation with me? I don't know. You should ask what he would have to gain by belittling me in front of you like he has been. He wanted you to take his side in everything. And you fell for it like a sucker. You defended him no matter what I tried to say, and you believed every lie he told you about me. No, this doesn't make any sense. You better start explaining yourself right this moment. In that case, one other thing you should know is that no matter how much your father put me down, he never wanted to throw me out of the house. And yet little did he know that he was pushing you to do just that to me with all of his lies about me being jobless. No, this can't be right. You're just trying to lie to me because you realize that you're getting kicked out. Well, I'm not listening. You're just some crazy old jealous loser. You can believe me or not. It won't really make any difference. But the truth is that I was giving your father money every month. He hasn't made his money in a long time, and yet you listened to everything he had to say about me. You really don't know when to stop all this, do you? I already said that I'm not listening to a word that you have to say anymore. Again, you are more than welcome to ignore all that I'm saying. But quite frankly, I've had enough of you two as well. But soon you'll be an adult, and you'll have to take responsibility for taking care of yourself. And then you'll have to choose whether to keep living with your father or go out on your own. I've actually learned how to take care of myself for a while now. We don't need you in our life anymore, so just beat it. Well, okay. But you do realize that if I leave, that means I won't be supporting you or your father anymore, right? There you go again, making up more lies. What support have you ever given? You really think that I'm going to fall for that? You act like you've given Dad and I everything when all you've done is taken. I know you're lying, so just stop it already. I'm not trying to upset you, Tina. I really am just trying to warn you. I just hope you don't regret what you're doing. Just shut up already, you old hag. Don't pretend like you're all that when you're really nothing. I never, ever want to see you again. You were never my mother, and I'm glad you're gone. Don't ever think of me as your daughter again. As of today, you're nothing to me. We are complete strangers. Okay then, I understand. I am not your mother, and you are not my daughter. Now, please don't come to me for anything else. Hey! Pick up the phone when I'm calling you, you stupid old witch! Can't you tell that your daughter is panicked? I'm sorry, but I'm in the middle of work right now. Besides, I thought that you said you were going to stop calling me. But you were telling the truth about everything! I know that. What of it? Well, so now I finally know that you were. Please, you have to come back home to us. Dad is so mad all the time. I need your help. I really have no idea what you're talking about. Besides, I don't even have a daughter. What do you mean? How can you say that? I didn't. You did. You told me to never think of you as my daughter again. So I'm sorry that you're having a rough time right now, lady, but that doesn't have anything to do with me. Anyways, goodbye. Hold on a second. Is this supposed to be some kind of joke? I'm your daughter. You can't just walk away from me. I'm sorry, but I've already told you that I don't have a daughter. We're just strangers to each other, remember? Wait, no, you're not really going to abandon me, are you? I didn't know Dad doesn't make any more. And he's so mad at me for sending the divorce papers. He's so scary and angry all the time now. I don't understand what happened. So I guess you finally understand the kind of man your father is now. What do you mean by that? I mean that I was always trying to protect you from him, but maybe that was my mistake. Because he took advantage of that and lied to you about me instead. But I had no idea he was that kind of person. I thought that my dad was kind and sweet, and what should I do now? He doesn't have money, he doesn't work, he doesn't do anything but gamble and drink. I suppose you had better find a job and start working then. But I'm still in high school. I could only work a part-time job at best, and I have no idea how I'm supposed to go to college at this rate. Yeah, and to think you wouldn't have had to take out any loans if I was still around. What do you mean? You're not going to send me to college either? Well, I had a whole college fund saved up for my daughter, but since we're no longer family, I'm afraid that I can't pass that on to you. So I'm afraid the only option left for you now is to work for your money. Mom, please, you have to help me. Please don't call me Mom. I already told you that I don't have any children. You and I are nothing to each other now, and I owe you nothing. You wanted it this way despite my attempts to warn you, and now you need to take responsibility. You're almost 18, so consider this your first real life lesson. But I had no idea that Dad was lying to me. This isn't fair! How was I supposed to know that you were making all the money in our house? I tried to tell you the truth over and over again, but you just refused to listen to me. Well, then can I at least come and live with you? I hate living with Dad. He's so scary all the time. I'm so sorry for everything that I said to you. I'm afraid that I have a policy against letting strangers stay in my house. Besides, how do I know that you won't just fall into your old ways of looking down on me and insulting me all the time? But I need your help. I don't know what else to do. Well then, take your first step as an adult and figure out what to do. Good luck, stranger.
In the end, Tina realized that I was only ever trying to tell her the truth, and that it was her father who was lying to her this whole time. It was quite a shock for her to realize this, and she fell into a deep depression afterwards. Shocked by learning about her father's true nature and forced to start working to take care of herself, Tina ended up dropping out of high school and working to sustain herself and her father. She tried to message me asking for help, but I had already blocked her on everything by then. I do plan on stepping in to help her eventually, but if I'm going to pour all my money and heart into raising her, I think Tina needs to learn some lessons about the real world before I put her back on track.
Naomi, how long are you going to take? What time are you coming home? What are you doing with Skylar? It's already this late. Where have you been all morning? You didn't even come home to make lunch.
I've been at the hospital to have a checkup. I reminded you when I left this morning, didn't I? And I think I told you that I would have this checkup a week ago when I made the appointment. I mentioned that I wouldn't be able to prepare lunch for you. I'm thinking of going to my parents' house to let them see Skylar. I'll spend a few hours there, and hopefully Skylar will be able to have a nap before I come home.
Skylar was only born last week. You can't parade her about outside all day. You've got to bring her home right now. It's already this late. I can't believe you could be so irresponsible. Don't you care about Skylar at all? She could get sick.
This late? It's still 1:30. And there's no need to be so overprotective. I've taken precautions for the sunlight, and we're only going to see my parents. It's not like I'm taking her to meet everyone I know or pushing her pram through a crowd of sick people. I'm following the doctor's advice and making sure she has undisturbed rest and gets her milk. I wouldn't do anything that I didn't think we both can't manage.
But you can't keep her away from me this long. She's already been away from me for 3 hours. Skylar needs me. You can't do this to her. Give her back to me.
What are you talking about? She's not a thing, and she's not yours.
I've decided that I'll raise Skylar myself. I can't trust you with her. I've watched how you've been with her for the past week, and it's obvious that you're no good as a mother. You don't know how to take care of her. If you raise her, she'll end up unhappy. Or worse, she'll be unhappy and she'll be rebellious. It's people like you that end up raising criminals. I can't just stand by and watch you ruin her life. The best thing for Skylar is if you give her up. I'll raise her as my own daughter. She's mine, so give her back.
Skylar's my first child, so of course I don't expect to be able to do things perfectly all by myself. That's why I've been listening to all the advice you've been giving me this week. And I'm really happy that you're helping, but no matter what I do, you keep on complaining that I'm doing things wrong.
So that's what you're thinking of me. I'm doing my best to help you. How can you be so ungrateful? I bet you think that I'm in the way, don't you? You're the one that's living in my house. I'm letting you stay here. I'm providing the roof over your head, and I don't even ask for rent. I've done so much for you, and this is how you repay me? This is why I never approved of Daniel marrying a woman like you.
You were the one that asked that we move in with you. Daniel and I were living together in our old house after we got married, and we planned to stay there. But you wanted us to all live together. You were the one that said you always wanted to live with your grandchild. You pretty much forced us to move in with you once you found out that I was pregnant, and I had to go through all the trouble of moving house when I was already really big.
Why do you have to put it like that? I never forced anything. Just ask Daniel. He was delighted to move back in with us. I've done so much for you. It wouldn't hurt for you to show a little more appreciation, too. Can't you at least say thank you? I think I deserve a lot more, but I shouldn't expect anything from you.
Appreciation? I had a lot more of that when I first met you. But ever since I married your son, and you started to show your true colors, it's become a lot more difficult. Especially after we moved in together, and you wouldn't stop making hurtful comments about the way I did chores and the way I prepared dinner. The stress and fatigue just piled up, and I couldn't please you no matter what I did.
I didn't know you could get any ruder. When have I ever made hurtful comments about anything you've ever done? If I've made comments, it's just because I'm giving you advice as your senior in life. If you think I've been hurtful, it's because you're trying to make me out as the bad person in this story.
I'm an adult too. I understand the difference between advice and sarcastic, backhanded comments. And it's not just those comments. You don't like the food I make, even though I've done my best to follow your recipes. And if you really don't like my cooking, then you can always make your own. But you insist on having me prepare your serving too. And sometimes you throw it all away, right in front of me. It's not just insulting, it's wasteful. Did you really think that I could just brush that off as advice? I don't understand how you could do something so mean, just for the sake of showing me you don't like my cooking.
I threw it away because it didn't taste good. What's the problem? Did you really think that it was good enough to serve to Daniel and my husband? Nobody would want to eat something disgusting like that, so I saved them the trouble. I just did what they would have wanted to do anyway. If anything, you should be thanking me for not letting them eat something as horrible as that slop you call food.
That's what I'm talking about. In the past few months we've spent living together, you've never eaten my food without making a face, a comment, or throwing it away. On top of that, you were making me do all of the housework right up until the birth. I couldn't have a moment's rest while you were around, even though my back hurt and my feet hurt and I was so tired. Even when my contractions started and I was begging you to call for an ambulance because Daniel was out, you wouldn't call and told me that I was overreacting. I couldn't even get to the phone myself. I thought I was going to give birth right where I was. It wasn't until Robert passed by my room and noticed that my water had broken that I was finally able to go to the hospital. I'm grateful for my father-in-law's care and consideration. But if you want me to be grateful for you, then you'll have to do something I can be grateful for first.
You shouldn't expect everyone to do everything for you. You could have gone to the hospital by yourself. You're so spoiled. It shows that your parents must have been overly protective of you as a child. No wonder you're so disrespectful towards me.
Did you really think that I could drive all the way to the hospital safely when I was getting contractions every 5 minutes? Even after I gave birth, you didn't say anything to me. You didn't ask me how I was doing. Not even a word about how well I had done, even though I was in labor for 15 hours.
I was too busy thinking about Skylar. What did you expect? My first and only priority was the baby. So what if you gave birth? It's nothing special. I gave birth too, and you don't see me begging everyone for praise and compliments.
I didn't expect you to compliment me. But I think anybody would be happy to hear something from family. And anything would have done. And I'd like to remind you that I was only discharged from the hospital a week ago. I've been waking up over and over in the middle of the night to feed Skylar. I haven't had any sleep at all this past week. I'm still trying to get used to a lot of new things, a lot of new emotions, and a new sleep routine. And I'm literally all over the place. But you're still making me do all the housework. I thought you said that it would be better for us all to live together because you'd be able to help out with the baby. But you haven't been doing anything. Even though Daniel and his dad say that I don't have to do anything, to rest when I can and not to push myself too hard, I have to do everything while they're at work because you won't do anything.
Oh, you really are spoiled. You are the one that married my son, not the other way around. What's the point in having you here if you're not going to do the chores? You can't seriously think that you can spend your days just laying around doing nothing. You're being childish if you think that's how things work just because you've moved in with us. I'm here to be with Skylar, not with you. And you shouldn't expect everyone to be nice and kind to you just because you've given birth. So what? That doesn't change anything. You're sorely mistaken if you think you get to slack off just because you've had a baby. The only one we all care about is Skylar. I couldn't care less about you, and nobody else does either. We only need Skylar.
I can't believe you're not gonna even bother to hold back your punches. I take it you mean that there's no use for me at your house if I'm not going to do all of your housework for you?
That's right. I'm glad you finally understand. We only need Skylar to make us happy. I don't need a rude, disrespectful, annoying daughter-in-law like you around the house if you're not even going to do what you're here for. Even if you did do the chores and prepare our food, you're so useless I end up having to redo everything you do anyway. You're just wasting my time, and having you here is a waste of space too, so we don't need you here.
So you think I'm rude and useless? All right.
What, am I wrong? I don't think I said anything you couldn't understand. I made it quite clear. We don't need you in this house. To be honest, I'd prefer if you'd leave as soon as possible and never come back. You don't have to worry about Skylar, she'll be in good hands. We'll raise her without you. I think that's best for her as well. She doesn't need a useless woman like you as her mother.
I just want to check. If you want me to leave, then that means you don't want to live with me, doesn't it?
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't want to live with you, and I want you out of my house. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. I understood that perfectly. Then I won't be coming back. I'll be staying at my parents' house. They've got a spare room that I can use, so there's no reason for me to return today. I'll go and get my things another day. Will that make you happy?
Of course, do whatever you want. You're an adult. I don't care where you stay as long as it's not in my house. Nobody in this house is waiting for you to return anyway. I'll have Daniel go and collect Skylar from you when he gets home from work, so make sure she's had her rest and you've got all her things ready by then. I'll let you spend these last few hours with her at least. You're not going to come back to this house, so this will be the last time you ever see her. I'm glad you've finally come to your senses. You're not fit to be a mother.
I understood the part about not coming back to stay in your house, but you're wrong about one thing. I am not handing my daughter over to you. Skylar is staying with me. I'm her mother.
What are you talking about? I just told you that you're not fit to be a mother. Are you going to take her away from me? You can't do that. She needs me.
Oh, you think that I'm not fit to be a mother because I need support to raise her and because I can't handle all of the housework on just 1 hour of sleep a night? You expect the impossible from me. You're saying that I'm taking her away from you, but you're not her mother. She was never yours to begin with.
She's my granddaughter. That makes her mine.
I don't think that your way of thinking that she belongs to you is very healthy for Skylar. I don't think that raising her in an environment where you think that you can treat me however you like is good for her either. Daniel and Robert have both lost their patience with the way you've been treating me. I know that the both of them have done their best to talk with you privately and get you to change your attitude. But it still hasn't changed after months. And if it's only going to get worse now that Skylar's born, I'd rather not live with you either. Your own son and husband have given up on getting you to change your ways, so there's no way I can keep hoping.
Robert as well? You're lying. I remember him mentioning something about you, but I've forgotten what he said. It didn't seem very important. But I know that they all hate you. Nobody wants you to stay in our house, and we're all happy that you've finally given birth so we can get rid of you and keep Skylar.
Who's they? Do you mean Daniel and Robert? Because I know Daniel loves me, and Robert is a wonderful father-in-law. And even if they did actually hate me, I think they'd be more mature about it. You've been far from mature these past few months. You've been passive-aggressive and childish at best. All you've done is bully me and make me feel bad about myself. I've had enough. We've all had enough of your behavior. If you're not going to fix it, then there's no point sticking around and waiting for you to change. I'm not returning to your house. And if you won't reflect on your actions, I won't let you meet Skylar.
You won't let me see Skylar? That's ridiculous! You can't do that. You can't keep her away from me. You have no right to do that. I'm not going to listen to a woman that can't even raise a child properly. You don't have to come back, but I'm not letting you keep Skylar. Give her back right now. Skylar will be happier that way, and you'll thank me one day when you realize that. She belongs with us, not you. We'll raise her, so don't be so selfish and give her up.
I'm sorry, but who's we?
Daniel, Robert, and I. The three of us will raise her without you. I know that we can make Skylar a million times happier if you're not around to ruin her life. She doesn't need a failure of a mother like you. You should give her back to me for her sake.
Robert's actually with me right now. Daniel will be here soon too. He's already asked his manager for the rest of the day off after he's finished in his meeting. The truth is, it wasn't a hospital appointment I had this morning. I'm sorry I had to lie, but you wouldn't let me leave the house until I said that I would be going to the hospital.
What? Then where were you? What were you doing?
I was being honest when I told you that I would be going to my parents' house, but I was somewhere else this morning. I went to have a viewing of a house with Robert to get his opinion.
You went to see a house? But why would you do that? I didn't tell you to leave my house until an hour ago. And why would you need my husband's opinion?
Daniel and I have decided that we're going to move out. And when we told him, Robert was very interested in the idea too. Maybe you should ask him for the details when he returns home tonight, since I won't be coming back. Ever.
But why would Robert be interested in looking at a new home?
Daniel and I have been thinking about moving back out, ever since we first moved in with you and you started to bully me. We've both hit our limits, and we can't take it anymore. It's too stressful being with you all day, every day, and he doesn't complain. But I know it's tough on Daniel when I vent after he's had a long day at work. It's been hard for the both of us. The only reason why we didn't move out earlier is because it was a strain on my body to move our stuff to your house in the first place, and we didn't want to go through that again.
Hit your limits? Stressful? What's that supposed to mean? You're just exaggerating. How pathetic. All I'm doing is showing you how to do things properly.
Daniel's had enough of your behavior too. He can't stand the way you speak to me, and he knows that you've been throwing away the food I make as well. He knows about how you follow me around when I do the laundry and the washing up, nitpicking at every single thing. He promised me that we would make preparations so that we can move out as soon as the baby is born. And he kept that promise. He found a few places that were open for viewing and cut the choices down to 2 places so I wouldn't have to go back and forth. When we spoke to Robert, he offered to pay half of the deposit, saying that he wanted to come with us.
Excuse me? Robert wants to move out? Well, he was obviously including me when he said that.
He meant that he wanted to move in with us and move away from you. Apparently, he's had enough of your attitude as well. And since you won't change, no matter how many times he's spoken to you, he's decided to leave you. He's telling me that he left the divorce papers on the table in the living room. Have you seen them? He says that he's already signed them, so you just have to sign your side and leave them there. He'll have them filed tomorrow.
I found them, but I don't understand. Why would he want to divorce me? I haven't done anything to deserve this. Answer the phone! I want to speak to my husband! He's with you, isn't he? Let me talk to him. I can't trust a word you say.
Why would I lie? Those papers have already been signed, haven't they? I wouldn't fake his signature just to trick you. Robert says that he'll talk to you when he gets home, but that he's already made his feelings clear in past conversations. You just haven't been listening to him properly. Anyway, we're busy getting our new home ready. Could you wait until later?
I don't understand why Robert and Daniel have to move away too. I only said that you don't need to come home. What about me? What am I supposed to do? They can't leave me here by myself?
Robert says that he'll give you that house in the divorce. He has no need for it if he's moving in with us, and he doesn't want you causing us trouble just because you can't find a new home for yourself. You're lucky he's being so generous. Daniel and I have no intention of living with you ever again. And of course, we're not going to give you our daughter. Robert's decided that he wants a divorce and that he doesn't want to live with you anymore. I think that explains everything you want to know.
What about me? I'm going to live here all by myself? You're not making any sense. Why can't I come with you?
Weren't you listening to what I said? We've told you over and over that the way you've been treating me is unacceptable. We wouldn't have had to do this if you had fixed up your attitude and stopped behaving so immaturely. If you had listened to your own husband's warnings and your son asking you to stop treating me so horribly, we would have never decided to move out. We would still be living with you, and you would still be able to spend time with your loved ones. But unfortunately, you haven't shown any signs of changing or even feeling bad about what you've done. You deny all responsibility, and we've had enough. Because of your selfishness, you'll have to spend the rest of your life all alone.
What about Daniel? What does he think? He can't be serious about leaving his own mother all alone. I raised him. He's better than that. He would never abandon me like this. You've tricked him into thinking I'm the bad person and convinced him and my husband to follow you.
Have you forgotten that Daniel was the one that was always intervening and defending me from you when we first moved in? He was doing his best to keep himself between you and I when he could, and making sure that I wasn't stuck with you alone when he was at home. But then he had to start a new project at work, and was coming home tired more often, and didn't even have the strength to argue back the things you were saying to me. The stress of work and your treatment of me was accumulating for him too. That's when he promised that he would find us a new place to live. We realized that the best way to deal with the situation was to just put space between us and you, for the sake of our physical and our mental health.
You're lying. Daniel would never want to leave me. And Robert can't be serious about getting a divorce. At this age, I'll never be able to get remarried. I'll be alone. Can't he rethink the divorce? I'll do anything. He's not honestly thinking we should get divorced, is he?
You'll have to talk to Robert directly about that. Though he says that there's nothing more to say. And we've already chosen a new home that has enough room for the three of us and Skylar. Robert is welcome to live with us, but there's no room here for you. Moreover, Robert's actually put a lot of money into this house for us. He's been very considerate, since Daniel and I had to pay a lot for the hospital bills last week. We don't plan on telling you where our new address is either.
But I'll never be able to see Skylar ever again. Are you honestly going to separate us?
I'm not going to let you see her. You'll have to show that you can change first. I don't know if you can, but if you want to see her, you'll have to. I don't plan on meeting you until then either. I'm sure you don't care whether you see me again or not, but I just wanted to make it clear that this is what happens when you treat someone as though they're inferior to you. You end up alone.
What did I do to deserve this? Why is everyone leaving me behind? You're telling me that I have to spend the rest of my life, my elderly years, all alone? That's too much. You don't have to go this far. I thought I would be able to spend the last 20 years of my life taking care of my grandchild. I wanted to have peace and quiet and not worry about any of the chores or worry about money. This isn't what I wanted. I was dreaming of my life as a grandmother, but now I'll have to get a job. I have to do everything myself. I won't be able to see my family. That's not fair.
Really? I guess you hoped that I would be the one to take care of all the chores and plan to live off your husband's savings and pension, all without lifting a finger yourself. But you ended up breaking that dream with your own hands. You should have been more respectful towards the people around you if you wanted them to love and take care of you. I am tired of you complaining about every little thing I do. But now, you'll have to do everything yourself, and you won't be able to see your family ever again. That's the price you've paid. You'll have to accept it.
Fine, I understand I made a mistake. I shouldn't have been so nagging. I'll do my best to get on with you from now on. I'll change the way I've been acting towards you, so please don't move out.
It's too late for that. We've already paid the deposit and signed the documents for the house. We won't change our minds about living away from you. And we'll be moving all of our things into the new place over the next few days. We're all going to live here in peace without you. Robert will be returning to your house this evening to pack up our essentials, so you should have a good long talk with him then. He'll be staying there until all of our things have been moved. But he's quite adamant about having the divorce, so I suggest you forget about talking him out of it, and talk about how you can make an effort to change your behavior. That way, you might have a chance to meet Skylar in the future.
Naomi, I'm sorry. Let's all live together. I don't want to be alone. I think we might have gotten off to a bad start, but I'll change. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm sure you'll come to understand why I was so harsh towards you. It was for your sake, but I won't do that anymore. Just let me see Skylar.
I find it hard to believe that you'll change when you're still making excuses. You can't even apologize properly. It's too late after all. You can't change. Besides, you were saying yourself that you don't want to live with me, remember? I confirmed over and over, and you said that you wanted me to leave. Well, I don't want to live with you either. I hope you'll enjoy your final years without a rude, useless woman like me in the way. After her conversation with Naomi ended, Kim had no choice but to wait for her husband to come home. The first thing Robert did when he returned to the house was to tell Kim that he wanted a divorce, and that he wasn't going to change his mind. He checked that she had signed the papers and took them to his lawyer to have them filed. He didn't speak a word to Kim after that, and spent his time packing away all of his things. Anything that had to be dealt with regarding the divorce was done through his lawyer, and he was able to move houses without much fuss. Kim got the house in the divorce, but it was brought to her lawyer's attention that she had spent Robert's savings on several occasions without his permission, and as a result, the amount she received in alimony payments decreased significantly. It wasn't enough for her to keep up the payments for the household bills, so she had to find a job in order to earn some money to pay for other essentials. She was so desperate to meet Skylar that she went to Naomi's parents' house and demanded that they tell her Naomi's new address. It didn't occur to her that she should have just shown Naomi that she was making an effort to change. In the end, Naomi's parents called the police because of how aggressive Kim was being, and Kim was taken away in a police car to be questioned. Kim was not only divorced and looking for a job, but had also been slapped with a restraining order from Naomi's parents. On the other hand, Naomi and Daniel were living happily ever after with their small family and were looking forward to having their next child. Robert was delighted he was freed of his selfish wife and was taking great pleasure in taking care of his granddaughter.
Hey, why is the janitor grandma talking with all the other employees like she's on their levels? I was just talking with Chris about this, and there's no way you're trying to flatter all of them, right?
Flatter? Why would I be doing that? I see that you and Chris have decided to get married, so congratulations for that. I look forward to hearing more about that from you two in the coming weeks.
Well, I'm not happy to hear you congratulating me when you're just a stinky old janitor. Why are you even here? You're not going to ask me to invite you to my wedding, right?
Angela, are you sure there isn't some sort of misunderstanding here?
Please don't call me by my name. I have no idea why it seems like you're on the good side of all the other employees here, but why are you even allowed to be talking with all of them?
Angela? Are you really asking me that question? Did you not listen to anything that was told to you when you were hired to this company?
Yeah, I remember them saying that you are the janitor for this company. That's what the CEO was talking about, right? But to be fair, that whole speech I was given was so boring that I dozed off during most of it. I was even looking at my phone more than the whole introduction presentation.
I'm aware that right now you're in your office working, so do you think that's the right time to be messaging me?
That's not something you of all people should be worried about. I think you should be more worried about your own problems within this company, right?
What problems do I have then?
You have no other skills to use within this company, hence you being a janitor, which is awful for someone your age. Don't tell me that you're also not married. I know that I never want to be your age and still having to work as a janitor cleaning the whole office building. You must hate your husband if you're married.
I'm married, as a matter of fact, and I do not hate my husband, nor does he have anything against me.
You're in your 50s, right? Do you really have anything more to your future now that you've stooped so low as becoming a janitor? Well, I guess at your age there really is nothing left in your future for you. I feel bad for you, but that's your current reality.
So we really do have a misunderstanding here. If you really have an issue with me that you'd like resolved, why don't you talk with Chris about all of that? Because continuing to talk to me as though you want to start something with me will not land you in a good place. So what do you want with me, Angela?
If you really want to know, I'd like you to disappear. I know that you seem to have good relations with a lot of the other employees here, but I'm sure that's what they're all thinking as well. You wouldn't want to keep talking to them all, knowing that, right? You'll start to look bad in front of Chris. And even worse, if he saw me talking to you, he'd think twice about me. I finally found a good man to marry, and I don't want you ruining that for me.
I wasn't planning on saying anything about this, but I think it's best that you go into the company's website and look into this company just a little bit more, okay?
Huh? What are you saying right now? I'm not going to listen to what some janitor tells me to do. And to be honest, I'm not planning to stay within this company forever anyway. Do you really think I'd stick around in a company like this for the long haul? No way. And to be honest, I don't have any drive to do work here either. So I think I'll just sit around looking cute for all the others, and that should be enough to get my salary. Haha.
So you plan to leave this job anyway, I see. Now I understand the full picture here.
I mean, look at me. I'm too good looking to work, so I plan to become a housewife soon. So really, this job is just for play until the wedding comes.
Well, with that kind of confidence in yourself, just be careful not to take too large of steps when you're on thin ice.
Huh? What are you trying to say?
I don't really have much else to say, but Angela, I think taking this job a bit more seriously will benefit you plenty. So to start, can you please take another look through the company's website and study up a bit more on this place? Now I need to get back to work. Please excuse me.
A janitor still trying to act all smart with me? Why are you here right now?
Huh?
You're just a janitor, so you shouldn't be here with everyone. Did anyone even invite you to this wedding to begin with? Get out of here! Now!
You've really gotten far with this whole misunderstanding, haven't you? And you went as far as to pour wine all over me at this wedding. Is that really something the bride should be doing on her special day?
Did you really think that because this was the wedding for a couple of company employees, you'd be invited to join? Well, I'll have you know that I do not view you as one of my coworkers. You just clean up the trash. You're not even a real employee.
Well, I suppose I'm not just some ordinary employee, am I?
Why is this janitor grandma even at my wedding today?
Can you please stop trying to belittle me due to your misunderstanding? I think you'll find what you're doing is not at all okay.
All you know how to do is clean up the toilet, so what makes you think you know what's okay and what's not? Wait, could this mean you're here to clean up the reception hall's toilets as well? Well, if that's the case, you can join all the other janitors here and get on with your work. But just make sure you don't come in during the rest of the wedding because you have no right to.
You may think that what you're doing to me is okay in front of everyone here, but to tell you the truth, you're being quite the nasty person at the moment.
I'm not going to take that from a grandma that smells like bleach. You're just here to clean up our mess. So why were you talking to all my guests? You smell bad, old lady.
Never thought you'd actually be willing to take things this far.
Well, it's not my fault that you thought you were invited to my wedding. Maybe if I come and spill some beer on you as well, you'll understand you're not wanted. Go home!
Can you at least let me stay until the speech is over?
Shut the hell up and go home!
If you let me stay a little longer, I'll go home. I'll make sure to stay out of the wedding and everything for you after that. But if you just give me until after the speech, you'll understand everything a whole lot more clearly.
I'm so very sorry about everything. Can you please accept all of my apologies? Where have you run off to?
Even if you'd like to continue to apologize to me, you're far too late. You have the wrong idea about me, thinking that I was a janitor instead of the CEO of the company, and then going as far as you did is not forgivable. Are you happy now?
I really never knew that you were the CEO of the company, though. You didn't seem like the kind of person to be a CEO, so I had no clue.
Even though your fiancé Chris asked me to come here to give the wedding speech for you two, I never thought I'd end up on the stage covered in wine, thinking twice about taking him up on his offer. I'd like for you to be thankful that I never once brought your name up in a bad way during that speech.
Even if you didn't bring up my name during that speech, you already threw everything into chaos. When you said that someone threw wine all over you, you gazed directly at me for everyone to see. Now even Chris knows that it was my fault.
Well, sorry for that. Both your fiancé and his family were in great surprise, and now the wedding has been canceled, right?
That's not all that happened, though. You saw what else happened, right?
Oh, I sure did. I think everyone saw what happened, right? You and your fiancé got into a huge fight up on stage, and everyone began to panic.
And worse than that, Chris and his family have gone up and left me here after they had enough of me. Making me fall into hell in only a matter of seconds is going way too far, don't you think? And the rest of my coworkers just sat there without supporting me and have left me with a failed wedding. Don't you think this was too much?
What do you want to say, Angela? You poured wine all over me, and now my dress is stained, and I doubt any of it will come out. Do you really think any of your coworkers would support you after seeing that? No wonder they all came up to ask me if I needed help.
So you're going to think that all of this was my fault then? All I did was get a little confused over some things.
Angela, what are you really trying to say here? Can you tell me why you started texting me in the first place again?
I want you to apologize to you.
Well, you're not really apologizing to me right now, are you?
I'm sorry. It was my bad for spilling that wine on you. But I never once thought that things would get this out of hand. I've apologized to you now, so can you forgive me?
Even if you feel bad for what you've done, I'm way over trying to make up with someone like you.
Not only did a ton of my guests leave, but so did my fiancé and his family. What should I do?
Chris again already came in to apologize in person. He said he never knew that the woman he planned to marry was hiding so many things about herself, but he's right to say sorry for that because you've really shown everyone just the kind of monster you really are.
I'm sorry! I'm apologizing to you, so shouldn't you forgive me at least?
I'm not upset with you or anything.
Huh? Is that so? Well, then we don't need to worry about all that then. Let's get this wedding back on the rails.
I'm not upset with you because I've given up on you, so I'll not be coming back to that wedding of yours. And even after today, I have no desire to ever see you again. First, I'm going to ask that you pay for the cleaning of this dress after you stained it so badly. And if it cannot be cleaned, I'd like you to buy me a brand new dress to replace it.
You want me to pay for it to be cleaned? That's pretty expensive though, isn't it?
Well, it won't be as expensive as the cost of the wedding's cancellation fees.
Are you trying to kill me? My wedding's already been canceled and everything, and you expect me to suffer more.
And not just that, you're also fired.
Huh?
The next time you're in the office, you'll come to my office and we'll have you go through an exit meeting on all reasons for your dismissal. Make sure you're there on time to listen to the HR team and I.
What are you saying? Fired? Well, why should I be fired? You can't just fire me for this. You don't even have the right to do that.
Have you forgotten who I am? I have every right to tell my HR department to fire you. It's all my company after all.
You're lying, right? You can fire me that easily? Didn't you just say that you're not upset with me? Yet you're still not forgiving me for any of this? Please, just say you forgive me already.
Even if I wanted to, I'm too stubborn to let myself forgive you. I'm not mad at you, Angela, but I'm not forgiving you in any way. I really just don't want you around any of my employees anymore. I've heard from one of the department managers about how much you slack off. And you told me before that you plan to leave this job soon anyway, right? You'd said you'd be happy when you became a housewife and could leave the company. But it seems you're not going to become a housewife at all now, right?
Why is all of this happening to me? I wasn't the one that did anything wrong here.
So then who are you trying to say is the one to blame for all of this?
It's your fault for wearing janitor clothing at work. When you had all that dirty clothing on, there was no reason for me to think you were the CEO, right? I bet you were trying to hide this from me as a way of getting me fired.
So you seem to be far too upset to even properly rationalize now. The reason I was wearing janitor clothing that day is because I respect the janitor work within my company. That day I chose to help around the office to show my respect to everyone and make it clear that I was always thinking of everyone's needs. Was I wrong for being so kind?
I'm sure that's what you thought you were doing.
You already know very well that you blaming me for hiding nothing from you isn't going to work here, right? You showed me that you don't respect anyone within my company, especially the janitorial staff, and that's unacceptable. So I'm going to have you leave. And whether or not you can become a housewife or not now, I'm going to make sure that you're no longer in the company and are away from me.
But you already know that my marriage is on thin ice. Please, Doris, can you talk to Chris about all of this?
I will most definitely not.
Why not, though?
Not only did you say very rude things to me thinking that I was the janitor, but you also spilled wine all over my dress at your wedding. I'm firing you not only on my own behalf, but also on the behalf of all the employees within my company, including the janitorial staff. And no matter how much you try to complain and cry about what is being done to you, there is no stopping the inevitable from reaching you.
Please, 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 don't say things like that now. I did want to quit at some point, but I don't want to leave the company in the current situation. If I'm not able to make things right with Chris, what will I do?
Well, I suppose we don't know what'll happen between the two of you, but maybe I can find use for you within my company.
Really? So I won't be fired, right?
But that's only as long as you work as a janitor.
Huh? A janitor? You're going way too far now. Are you trying to make me look like an idiot in front of everyone?
Look, that's what I'm talking about. You really haven't learned a thing from all of this talking. You've just sat there spewing out garbage and not taking a single word of mine into consideration. Well, if you're not going to be able to work as a janitor within my company, then there's no other positions that I could put you in. As for your wedding today, congratulations. I hope you and Chris will have a great life together. Well, that's only if you and him can get along anymore, right? In the end, the wedding was cancelled, and the idea of the two getting married fell apart very quickly. And since Angela's mental health was ruined, she no longer showed up at the office ever again to speak with HR, and so she was fired without an exit meeting. But later on, she began to stalk Chris, as she still thought she had a chance at getting his trust back. However, after having multiple run-ins with him, where he told her to stay out of his sight, and that she was no longer on his mind, she resorted to standing outside his house and watching him through the windows. This didn't end up going any better for her, and she ended up having police called on her at one point, and was taken back to her parents' house, where they proceeded to kick her out and she became homeless. The dream of becoming a housewife for Chris has now become anything but reachable. She may be in a very tough spot now, with nowhere to really go, but this is all part of the prize she won for being so disrespectful to Doris. Her best bet now is to really learn from her mistakes and take the right steps in changing her life back the way it was, minus the horrible attitude she had.
It's surprising that someone like you, who grew up in a single-parent household and didn't even finish high school, managed to marry my brother. Our family is nothing like yours. Don't you feel the difference? Doesn't it feel weird sometimes knowing that you come from such a different background? I mean, let's be real. It's almost like you won the lottery or something, right? Like, marrying into our family is such a huge upgrade for you. You must feel that deep down, right? I don't think about it like that at all, but why are you saying this all of a sudden? You've hardly ever spoken to me before, and now you're bringing up all this out of the blue? Did something happen to make you feel like this, or is there some reason you're saying this now? Well, actually, I guess you could say that there is something going on. The truth is, I'm getting married. Can you believe it? Aren't you shocked? Wait, what? You're getting married? That's amazing. Congratulations. But what does that have to do with what you were just saying about me and my background? I don't quite get how those two things are related. I mean, it's great news and I'm happy for you, but what's the connection? Well, here's the thing. Now that I'm getting married, there's a few things that I'll need your help with. That's actually why I reached out to you today. I thought it'd be a good idea to remind you of your place before I asked for any favors. You know, just so there's no confusion about where we stand in the situation. I'm still not really following. You're getting married and now there's something you need me to do? I mean, sure, if it's something I can do, I'm happy to help, but I'm really confused about why you're making it sound like this. I just want to understand what's going on here. Can you explain a bit more clearly? So let me give you the full picture. My fiancé is actually the son of a very wealthy and successful businessman, a company president to be exact. His family has invited me to their home for a formal introduction, and it's a really big deal. You know how important these things are, right? Anyway, that's where you come in. I'm going to need you to drive me to their house. You can do that, right? You want me to drive you to meet your future in-laws? I mean, okay, I can do that if it's important to you. But why can't you just drive yourself? It's your fiancé's family, after all, not mine. Surely you'd feel more comfortable driving yourself. Because I might be offered alcohol at the dinner, obviously, and if I'm drinking, then I can't drive home, can I? So I need someone else to handle that for me, and that's where you come in. It's not like you have anything better to do, right? Plus, I mean, come on, you're the one who married into this family despite being a high school dropout from a completely different background. You're not exactly in a position to refuse, are you? Ah, I see. So that's the reason. Well, all right, I guess I can drive you if that's what you need. I just wanted to understand what was going on. So after I drop you off, do you want me to wait outside while you're inside meeting with your future in-laws? Is that what you had in mind? Exactly, that's the plan. I don't want you trying to come inside or anything like that. It would be embarrassing for me if you did, you know? I'm going to be marrying into a very high-status family, and let's face it, we both know that you don't fit into that world. I'm a highly educated, successful woman, and I am marrying into a family that reflects that. My life is going to be on a whole different level, far beyond anything you've ever experienced. So don't try to make yourself a part of that. Just drive me, wait outside, and stay in your place. Oh, and I should probably remind you not to get jealous of me. I know it must be hard, but at least try to keep your feelings in check. You didn't get the education or the career, so at least work on having a better attitude. That's the least you can do, right? Jealous of you? I don't really see why I would need to be. Honestly, I'm pretty content with my life just the way it is. I'm not looking to live anyone else's life, and I certainly don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. But I'm glad you're happy with your plans. Right, sure. That's exactly what someone who's jealous would say, but it doesn't really matter. You can say whatever you want, but we both know what's really going on. You're just trying to cover up how you really feel, but you're not fooling anyone. It's fine, though. I don't expect you to admit it. Okay. Well, I've said my piece. I understand what you're asking, and I'll help you out with the driving. Just let me know the details of the day and time when you've got everything confirmed. I'll have to arrange my own schedule around it since I have work to consider as well. But I'll make it work if you need me there. Just keep me posted. Well, as long as you know what your role is, that's all I needed to hear. I'll send you the details once everything is confirmed. Looks like they're leaving. Can you come back now? Where are you? Got it. I was just working at a cafe. What's up? That was fast. Well, a funny thing, the moment I brought you up in the conversation, they started wrapping things up pretty quickly. But hey, I managed to get a good laugh out of them, so that's a win. Wait, what do you mean? What exactly did you say? Oh, I just introduced you to my fiancé as the family slave. You know, I told him about how our family had this poor girl from a single-parent, low-income background who somehow managed to marry into our family. You should have seen their reaction. They thought it was hilarious. What? Wait, are you serious? Sorry, I can't stop laughing. That's wow. Unbelievable. Excuse me, why are you laughing? Have you completely lost your mind, or are you one of those people who gets a kick out of self-deprecating humor? No, it's not that. It's just that you really said that? You really went ahead and told them I'm the family slave? Oh, wow, you might have just shot yourself in the foot with that one. Yikes, I think you're in trouble now. What are you even talking about? Why would that be a problem? I mean, come on, I'm just stating the facts here. You really are a high school dropout from a single-parent household who ended up marrying my brother. That's a huge step up for you. These people are rich. They even have housekeepers. I'm sure they found it funny because it's just true. Well, yeah, I think they were laughing more at you than with you. You just gave them a lot to think about, and not in a good way. What are you talking about? There's no way that's true. I told you they were laughing with me. They weren't offended at all. Oh, sweetie, I am so glad they're the kind of people who can take a joke. But, you might want to reconsider your future marriage plans. It might not be happening after what you just said. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You are really starting to get on my nerves here. Well, you know how you arrived a little early for the meeting? You know how your fiancé and his father were running a bit late? Yeah, what about it? So, funny thing, after I dropped you off, I went to that cafe nearby to get some work done. And guess who happened to walk in? Your fiancé and his father. Turns out it's one of their regular spots. Small world, huh? Wait, what? What are you talking about? How did you even know it was them? And why were they there? Oh, well, that's simple. I've known them for a while. Your fiancé's father, he's a client of mine. Wait, what? Yeah, I designed for his company. I mean, you wouldn't know that because, well, we don't really talk about work much, do we? But yeah, I'm kind of a big deal in their circles. Been working with them for a few years now. You're kidding me. You know them? You've been working with them? That's right. I've done so much work for them that they even told me they couldn't do without me. We've built up quite the professional relationship. In fact, during our little chat, your future father-in-law mentioned that they were on their way to meet you, his son's fiancé. I couldn't help but mention that I had just dropped you off as your soon-to-be sister-in-law. It got a little awkward after that. Oh my God, you didn't! Yep, they realized you were talking about me, the person their company relies on. So we both kind of figured we'd keep it quiet for now. I thought it'd be better for you to tell them yourself when you were ready. After all, it's a bit delicate, don't you think? Oh, no. Oh, no. You're telling me that I just made fun of you, the one person my fiancé's family depends on for business, and they knew the whole time, and I said all that stuff? Pretty much. You've really outdone yourself this time. Congratulations, you've made quite the impression. Oh my God, what did I do? I'm standing outside their house right now ringing the doorbell, but no one's answering. What if I ruined everything? Well, they might be avoiding you. I'm getting texts from them right now, actually. Your fiancé's dad just asked me if you've always been this difficult. No. Stop. Don't respond to that. Please, you've got to help me fix this. They're probably just busy, right? Maybe they're in the shower or something. Oh, sure, both the father and the son are probably taking a long bath together. Or, maybe they're having a little chat about how their impression of you is completely changed after tonight. But hey, whatever helps you sleep at night. No way, they wouldn't just ignore me like this, right? I mean, he loves me. He's probably just busy. He's probably trying to figure out what to say after I embarrassed myself. That's it, right? I mean, you can tell yourself whatever you want, but the fact that I'm still getting messages from them and you're not, well, that says something, doesn't it? This can't be happening. You really should have kept your mouth shut. I mean, you're always going on about how you're so educated and how you've got such a great future ahead of you. But it seems like all that self-proclaimed intelligence just goes out the window when you're trying to show off. Now look where it's gotten you. I didn't mean it like that. I was just trying to impress them. Well, mission accomplished. You've definitely left an impression. Unfortunately for you, it wasn't the one you wanted. Maybe next time you'll think before you speak. Oh, no. I can't believe this is happening. I just got a message from him. He says he's having second thoughts about the wedding. He wants to meet and talk, but he says that after today, he's not sure if he can see a future with me anymore. Ouch, that's rough. Well, you did bring this on yourself, You thought you were being clever, but all you did was dig yourself into a hole. I'd suggest taking this as a learning experience. This is a nightmare. I quit my job because I thought we were getting married soon. I have nothing left. You have to help me fix this. You owe me that much. Owe you? Oh, no, sweetheart. I don't owe you anything. I did my job today. I gave you a ride like you asked, didn't I? Everything that happened after that, that's on you. You're the one who decided to start bad-mouthing me to your fiancé's family, not me. You're going to have to live with the consequences of your actions. But you have to help me, please. Just tell them it was a joke. You know how I am, right? I didn't mean any of it. It was just my twisted sense of humor. Please just tell them that we're really close and that I always joke around like that. Oh, I don't think so. Why would I stick my neck out for you, especially after you've been so nasty to me? You've shown me exactly what you think of me. I'm not going to lie for you. Besides, you're the one who needs to take responsibility for what you said. You're an adult, remember? You should know by now that words have consequences. No, please! You can't just leave me like this! I don't know what to do! Sorry, but this is your mess to clean up. Maybe next time you'll think twice before you try to tear someone down just to make yourself feel better. Good luck explaining all of this to your fiancé. You're going to need it.
Carson, I sincerely apologize for what happened earlier. Haley caused you so much trouble, and as her father, I must apologize once again. I never imagined she would go so far as to physically attack you.
Harold, thank you for reaching out. You've already apologized profusely, and this really has nothing to do with you. Please, don't worry about it anymore.
But still, Haley, it's just baseless resentment on her part, nothing more. I can't believe how far she's gone, especially on social media. She's caused you even more problems there.
Ah, yes, about that. You don't need to worry. I have some strong connections when it comes to these things, and they've helped me out. Everything's been dealt with, but I'm afraid we might end up in court, fighting your daughter there, so I do apologize in advance for that.
I'm truly sorry. I know this can't be solved with words alone, and I believe Haley must face the punishment she deserves for her actions. Whatever you decide to do, I won't interfere. In fact, I would be grateful if this becomes an opportunity for her to truly reflect on her behavior and change it for the better.
Hearing that gives me a sense of relief. I didn't think it would come to this, but if you feel that way, then I won't hold back. Haley needs to face the consequences, and I'll be strict about it.
We, as her family and relatives, have had enough. We've been reflecting on the fact that we've been too lenient with her all this time, and this is the result. From now on, even if she comes crying to us begging for help, we won't offer her any. She's made her choices, and she needs to take responsibility for them.
Sounds like she's been causing trouble for quite a while, hasn't she?
Oh, absolutely. When she was sued for hitting her ex-fiancé, we paid the settlement on her behalf and got the case resolved. Then there was the time she bullied one of her classmates so badly, breaking their things and leaving them emotionally scarred. We had to step in and apologize to the furious parents. And now this. I believe her entire life has been one where someone was always cleaning up after her messes. That's how she's turned into someone with such a twisted sense of entitlement.
It sounds like she really needs to do some soul searching after everything that's happened. It's about time she takes a long, hard look at herself. I understand now. I'll be moving forward with the appropriate legal actions against Haley, and I won't be showing her any mercy. Please prepare yourself for that.
Thank you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Haley needs to face the full consequences of what she's done. This time there won't be anyone to rescue her from her own mistakes. We've protected her long enough, and it's time she learns a harsh lesson. I know this will be difficult, but it's the only way for her to truly understand the weight of her actions.
I appreciate your understanding. Honestly, if she doesn't learn from this, she never will. You and the rest of the family did everything you could for her, but it's time she grows up and takes responsibility. She's no longer a child. I'm not going to hold back when it comes to ensuring that justice is served, even if it means taking her to court.
You're absolutely right. I've come to accept that if she's ever going to change, it'll only happen if she's made to face the consequences head on. And we're all done bailing her out. She's brought this upon herself. We can no longer protect her from the repercussions of her own behavior. So, whatever you need to do, we fully support it. I won't interfere in any way.
That means a lot to me, thank you. It's unfortunate that things turned out this way, but it's the reality of the situation. Haley needs to understand that there are limits, and she's crossed them. I hope that this will be the turning point for her, even though it's going to be painful. But sometimes the hardest lessons are the ones that teach us the most. How are you doing? I mean, the last time we saw each other, you were trying to tackle me and ended up falling into the river yourself, rolling around and getting swept away. That must have been quite the spectacle. I heard you just escaped with a fracture, though. Lucky you. It's always better than something more severe, right? But seriously, why did you even dodge me? And how on earth did you realize I was there in the first place? Well, it wasn't anything special. I wasn't listening to any music or anything, so all my senses were working normally. It's almost like I could feel your murderous intent or something like that. It's strange, isn't it? Are you seriously mocking me right now? Maybe just a little bit. I mean, come on. That whole situation was totally ridiculous. You actually tried to tackle me and shove me into the river. Can you believe it? You know what? I absolutely won't forgive you for that. I'm going to sue you. You have no idea how serious I am about this. Well, you know there were other witnesses around, right? It's clear that you completely attacked me and ended up self-destructing in the process. Quite a few people have already testified on my behalf, so really, there is nothing you can do about it. If you were trying to intimidate me with threats, I'm afraid it's just too late for that. You've lost. You're only saying that because you told my fiancé all sorts of bad things about me, didn't you? Are you enjoying the fact that my engagement has been broken? Honestly, I don't have any feelings about that, one way or the other. I'm just telling the truth about what I was asked when people inquired about our situation. If you had been kind and nice to me from the start, I would have definitely conveyed that to everyone as well. So, from now on, I'll treat you kindly. Look, the emotional scars I've endured won't just heal completely with a few nice words. You ridiculed me for being a high school dropout from a single-parent household, and that cut deep. Sure, I may be a dropout from a single-parent family, but I received a lot of love from my parent during that time. Despite my background, I worked hard to establish my current status, and I did it on my own terms. I never wanted to live my life relying on men, quitting my job with the assumption that I would get married, only to end up frustrated and resentful if things didn't work out. Shut up! I've already been through enough suffering. Don't lecture me anymore about how I should live my life. And you, calling yourself a designer, aren't that impressive at all, in my opinion. It seems like you have a ton of haters on social media, right? If you keep getting so full of yourself, won't those numbers just increase even more? Oh, about that, all the haters you mentioned, that's all you, isn't it? You're the source of all that negativity. What are you talking about? I was recently thinking that the number of nasty haters has increased out of nowhere. Seemed suspicious, and then I found out that it's all from the same person. I was right to be suspicious because it often turns out that way in cases like this. What? Don't spout nonsense. There's no way I could know something like that. Oh, you totally can. I looked up the IP addresses, and it was easier to find out than I thought. If I hadn't been able to figure it out, I would have had to take other measures, but thankfully, you hadn't put any precautions in place. You really didn't think this through, did you? What? What is that? Stop making things up. It can't possibly be true. I'm not making it up. I have professionals on my side who handle these matters. And sorry, but I have a wide circle of acquaintances. I even know lawyers personally. So I'm going to sue you for defamation, and you can't stop me. Huh? What are you talking about? We're family, aren't we? That may have been the case, but once you commit a crime, that changes everything. You should realize that it was a mistake to turn me into your enemy. If you go through with that, my family won't just sit back and watch. I've already received permission for this. Honestly, I've been instructed to tear you apart because of this, and you won't like the consequences. Wait, what? You can't be serious. No one would say such a thing. Haven't you noticed? You haven't heard back from your family lately, have you? Your family changed the locks on the house, so you can't get in anymore. They've made it so that you have no place to go and no one to rely on. If you want to live in self-deception, that's fine, but if you plan to use people as stepping stones for your own benefit, then you better take responsibility for your actions. That's not fair. I get it. I may have gone too far. I'm really mentally shattered right now after my engagement was called off. Oh well, that's not my concern. I'm not so nice that I'm going to take care of your mental health issues. Society isn't soft enough to cater to the whims of the incompetent. You need to experience hell at least once to understand your position, you fool. I'm not here to coddle you or provide comfort. You think that just because you have a few people on your side, you can come at me with these threats? It's all just empty noise. You're still the same person who tried to push me into the river and make a fool of yourself. Don't forget that. I'm not someone that can be intimidated easily. You are all bark and no bite. If you had any real strength, you wouldn't have needed to resort to such cowardly tactics. Instead of blaming me for your misfortune, you should take a long, hard look in the mirror and realize who you really are. You've made choices that have led you down this path. You want to talk about choices? Look at your own. You've chosen to surround yourself with negativity and hostility. It's no wonder people have turned against you. You can't expect to treat others poorly and then cry victim when they retaliate. Life doesn't work that way. I may have made mistakes, but I am ready to face the consequences. I won't hide behind lies or deception like you. I have learned from my past and I'm moving forward. If you think you can drag me down with you, think again. Haley was frantically trying to reach out to her relatives, desperate to apologize for her recent behavior. However, the relatives had already been informed of all the events that had transpired by me. They were not just disappointed, they were utterly exasperated with her actions. In a rather cold and final manner, they communicated to her that they would be cutting ties with her completely. This news must have struck her like a thunderbolt, leaving her feeling utterly alone. Now, in addition to losing her engagement, Haley found herself in a precarious situation without a job. To make matters worse, she had suffered a fracture, adding a physical pain to her emotional turmoil. The recent events must have taken a severe toll on her mental health, and now she was also facing the impending legal consequences for the defamation she had committed against me. As a result, Haley's mental state has reportedly become incredibly fragile, to the point of being in tatters. Despite this, I have decided to show no mercy towards her. In light of all that's happened, I genuinely hope that this situation serves as a crucial turning point for her. It could be the catalyst that compels her to engage in some serious self-reflection about her actions and the harm she's inflicted on others. If she can truly confront the reality of her behavior, there is a possibility for her to embark on a path of rehabilitation and personal growth. It's essential for Haley to come to terms with the implications of her actions. Life has a way of presenting us with unforeseen challenges. While the temptation to blame others or lash out might be strong, it's crucial for individuals to take responsibility for their choices. In Haley's case, she seems to have lost sight of this fundamental truth. The tangled web of deceit and malice she spun not only led to her current dismal situation, but also damaged her relationships with the people who once cared about her. Now, with her family distancing themselves and her future hanging in the balance, perhaps she'll finally begin to see the repercussions of her choices. The journey towards recovery and self-improvement is often long and filled with hurdles. However, if Haley is willing to face her past mistakes head-on and strive to make amends, there is a chance for her to rebuild her life. This process won't be simple or quick, but genuine change is possible with dedication and effort. This unfortunate experience could be the wake-up call that propels her toward transformation. Instead of sinking deeper into self-pity or engaging in more destructive behavior, she has an invaluable opportunity to learn from her past mistakes. Coming to terms with the pain she's caused and seeking forgiveness is a critical step in this journey. As she grapples with the legal repercussions of her actions, I hope she takes a moment to reflect on the choices that led her here. Defamation is not a trivial matter. It carries serious consequences, and its impacts can extend far beyond what she might have anticipated. It's about more than just facing legal action. It's about understanding the weight of her words and the profound impact they've had on others. I strongly encourage Haley to reach out to those she's hurt, not merely to offer apologies, but to genuinely understand their perspectives and feelings. Cultivating empathy is an essential component of healing, and it's something that she desperately needs to develop. Without empathy, she may find it challenging to connect with others and to build relationships in the future. Additionally, I hope she manages to find a support system that will encourage her growth and transformation. Isolation can lead to despair, and while her relatives may have severed ties, there are still others in her life who might be willing to help her if she demonstrates a sincere desire to change. Seeking guidance from those who care about her can be an invaluable part of her healing journey. It's vital for Haley to realize that her past mistakes do not define her identity. She has the potential to create a brighter future for herself if she's willing to acknowledge her faults, make amends, and commit to a path of self-improvement. The journey to personal redemption is often filled with challenges, but it can also lead to a profound growth and fulfillment. Ultimately, the choice is hers to make. She can either choose to continue down this path of self-destruction or take proactive steps toward turning her life around. The task ahead of her may seem daunting, but it's important to remember that every journey begins with a single step forward. I sincerely hope that Haley opts for the latter path. The journey towards redemption is rarely easy, yet it is invariably rewarding. The ability to forgive oneself and move forward is a testament to an individual's strength and resilience. If Haley can embrace this journey, she may discover that life has so much more to offer than the bitterness and resentment she's been clinging to. A world filled with opportunities awaits her, but she must first be willing to confront her past and take the necessary steps to make amends. As she navigates this challenging period, I will be watching from a distance, quietly hoping for the best for her. It's high time for her to take control of her life, confront the consequences of her actions, and strive for a better future. Max, we need to talk. It's urgent. I'm really confused about something you've left at home here. What are these papers for? What's going on?
Huh? I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, Natasha. What's up?
Surely you know what I'm talking about, Max. Why do you have divorce papers in the house? Is there something that you want to tell me?
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
This isn't a laughing matter, Max. I don't think it's very funny at all. You need to explain yourself right now. I don't know what you're trying to do.
I was a little confused for a moment there. What do you mean? What's there to explain exactly, Natasha? Aren't those papers pretty self-explanatory? You're a bit dumb if you don't get it.
Is this actually happening right now? Are you trying to tell me that you actually want a divorce from me? Where did this decision come from?
Well, you've seen the papers, and it's pretty easy to understand. It's just the way things have turned out. I don't know what else I need to explain to you, Natasha.
But what's happened to make you decide you need a divorce from me? I can't just accept the papers handed to me like this. It's all so sudden. What's changed about us? You've not given me a full explanation.
I don't really care what you think about how I came to the decision. What's done is done, Natasha. It's over between us. I just want the divorce, okay?
There's no way that I can carry on a conversation like this through a text conversation. You need to get back home right now.
Look, Natasha, I'm not going back to our apartment. What part of divorce did you not understand? I'm not coming back home.
Excuse me? You're not even going to make an effort in talking to me about this? You're just going to up and leave without an explanation to this?
Isn't it obvious? I shouldn't have to go back to somewhere that you're going to be. Why would I want to be anywhere near you?
But I don't understand why you're doing this. What am I supposed to do about these divorce papers? Why do you want this so badly for us?
I gave them to you so that you'd file them into the courthouse for us. I'm not going to do it. I just want you out of my life.
But I don't get it. Why does it have to be me who does it? I am not the one wanting a divorce. I don't even know the reason why you do.
All I want is for you to cooperate with me until all of this is sorted, alright? That's all I ask of you, Natasha. I think it's a pretty simple thing to do.
Have you even thought about how much I've done for you? What I do in supporting you? Why do you want this? You haven't even answered my questions.
Well, it's something that you need to do on your own. You don't need me to hold your hand in whatever it is you do in life anymore. I'm not doing you any favors.
Why are you acting like this towards me? How could you possibly do something so horrible to me? I am your wife.
No matter what you try and say to me, it's not going to hurt my feelings at all. I really don't care about you anymore.
Look, why do you want a divorce in the first place? I don't understand. You've got to give me a full explanation. It's the least I deserve.
You really want a reason why I want to divorce you? Fine. I'll give you one. I'm sick and tired of your crap, and I don't want to be around you.
But that hardly explains anything. What did I even do exactly? How could you say that you're sick and tired of me? I thought everything was okay.
Also, I wanted to divorce you so that I can get married to another woman. I want to be with her, and you're getting in the way of that.
Wait a minute. What did you just say? You're getting married to someone else? But how? I had no idea you were interested in another woman.
I just said I'm going to get married to someone else. Can't you read? That's why I just want to be done with you.
At least tell me who this other woman is. I have a right to know who your new love is since you're dumping me for her.
There's no need for me to tell you who it is. It's got nothing to do with you, and I don't want you in my life anymore.
Of course it's got something to do with me. This woman has obviously had some influence on you to make you divorce me.
Look, who knows, to be honest. I really don't care about what you think. Don't even think about contacting me again. I'm not going to reply to you.
But Max, you can't just do this to me. You need to tell me what's going on. You can't just leave me like this for another woman. Who is she? How could you do this to me? I want answers. Wait, come back. We need to talk about this. Max! Jenny, are you there? I really need to talk to you. I don't know who else to go to. Natasha? What's up, sweetie? Did something happen? Are you okay? No, I'm not okay. I really just need someone to listen to me and tell me that everything's going to be all right. Something terrible just happened. Oh, hey, yes, of course. You can always come to me for anything. I'm always here to listen and give advice when I can. What's going on? Well, something happened to me. I might be getting a divorce, but I don't know the true reason why. Wait, what? What the heck is going on, Natasha? Where did the divorce come from? You always got along so well with Max. What happened? I thought we were too. We made such a great team, but something was going on that I didn't know about. My husband's with another woman. Oh, dear. Really? That's not good now, is it? He really did that to you? Have his preferences changed or something? I just don't know what to do. I can't think straight right now. What do I do, Jenny? He's my husband and he's dumping me like I'm a piece of trash. I understand, but do you really think there's any point in trying to continue with the relationship if he really wants out of it? Yeah, maybe. I just don't know what brought all of this on. Why did he go looking for someone else? I don't want to split up with him. Yeah, I get it. You really loved Max, didn't you? Maybe the best thing to do is just let him go. Maybe. I just really thought that we were going to be together forever. He was my favorite person in the entire world. I thought we were soulmates. But you can't help it if he thinks it's over. His feelings have probably changed. Wouldn't it be better for you to take the next step and move on from him? Yeah, I suppose I can try and do that. It was a good idea to talk to you. You're so strong and have a good head on your shoulders. I guess I do. You can't let things like this get to you forever. It's going to make your life miserable otherwise. Yeah, I'll think about it and see how I can move on from this. I really hope the pain dies down soon. Well, I've got something to tell you as well. I'm also getting a divorce from my husband. Wait, what? No way. Really? What for? What happened between you and your husband? I really can't be with someone who doesn't have a steady job. It's really not that financially stable. I just can't be with him. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. It's just so strange. The timing of our divorces, it makes no sense. Oh, and by the way, I've also decided that I'm going to get married again. It really is the best decision for me right now. Wait, what? What are you talking about? You're not seriously getting married again, are you? But of course I am. I'm getting married to my new man. I'm sure you've probably guessed by now that I'm getting married to Max. Whoa, just hold on a second. Are you saying what I think you're saying? I didn't just read that wrong? I think we both know that it's a waste of time for you being with Max. Honey, you can do so much better. Jenny, is this your cruel idea of a joke? You're joking, right? Why would you want to get married to Max? Have you been dating him behind my back? I've got no reason to lie to you, Natasha. I'm being serious. I was wondering why you were talking to me in the first place. Max must have dropped a hint. You're telling me that you've been seeing each other whilst he's been married to me and you to your husband? You and Max? Really? Well, he chose me, so it looks like Max liked me more than he liked being married to you, Natasha. Even if that was the case, how could you both do this to me? How could you betray me like this? You're supposed to be my best friend, Jenny. First of all, we only intended to hang out with each other so we could get to know each other on a more personal level. Oh, quit it with your lies. I don't believe any of that crap. You went behind my back to steal my husband away from me. Hey, come on. You need to calm down. I am being serious here. Didn't you see how happy Max and I made each other? How could you do this to me? Your best friend. I am never going to forgive you for what you've done. You are nothing but a homewrecker. I already knew that you were never going to forgive me, but you're going to have such a good life living in that big house all by yourself.
Hey, Natasha. It's Noah here. It's been a while since we last had contact with each other.
Oh, Noah, hello. Yes, it has been a while. Why are you messaging me at this time of night?
Yeah, I'm sorry to bother you at this hour, but I really needed to speak with you. I suppose you heard what happened from Jenny, right? It seems like we've been cheated on by our own partners. I can't believe they were having an affair with each other. I had no idea what was happening.
Yeah, it seems like it. Max and Jenny have been having an affair behind our backs for a while, by the sounds of it.
What do you think we should do about it? What's your plan from here on out? Is there anything you could do about this?
I'm sorry, Noah. I haven't really given myself a lot of time to think about it. It was only sprung on me today.
I intend to fight the both of them with everything I've got. Natasha, we can't let them get away with what they've done to us.
Oh, really? I still don't feel like I've got any energy to fight back. I feel so hopeless right now.
Do you think that your husband will come back home to you, Natasha? He's done so many horrible things to you, emotionally and mentally.
Yes, he's put me through a lot. I want to believe that he'll wake up someday and see that he's made a horrible mistake.
I get what you mean. I would hope that as well, but I'm not counting on it. But adultery is adultery, Natasha. Do you have any evidence you can give me about their affair?
Yes, I can get proof. I just have to find something to pin on them.
I see. I'm sorry I didn't mean to be rude or anything. I was just wondering if you have a job.
Huh? You're not being rude at all, Noah. Yes, I do have a job, but both me and, well, I guess my ex-husband work.
Okay, that's good to hear. At least he didn't leave you with nothing. You've got your own money. You'll be okay with living your life then.
I really do hope so, but there are checkbooks that my husband and I shared together. We do have some joint accounts.
Oh, really? You both have access to these joint accounts? What were the joint accounts for exactly?
Yeah, the account's still in both of our names. We created a joint account so that we could save up and move overseas together.
Despite having those sort of commitments to you, he still betrayed you? How could he do that to you?
I know, right? Why go to all that trouble to just dump me for another woman, let alone that woman being my best friend?
You don't seriously still believe that he's going to come back to you after all that? You're not going to wait for him, are you?
It's just so hard not to. We still got along up until recently. I don't know if I can just let that go yet, Noah.
Natasha, you need to wake up and look after yourself. After all the pain he put you through with the cheating and doing things out of the blue, you're going to wait for him?
But he was my husband, and maybe he just made a terrible mistake. I don't know how I can do life without him.
I don't want you doing that, okay? We need to prepare for what we're about to face.
Okay. How are we going to do that? I barely have any fight in me to take Max down.
Okay. Well, I'll be there to help you through it. Things will go more smoothly if we work together.
That's very true. Okay, let's work together on this. I don't want to be miserable for the rest of my life.
Okay, good. I would like you to change your state of mind as soon as possible. We've got to stay calm and stay focused. We've got to take them down.
Okay, got it. I'll try my best to build up my confidence and strength. I'm not going to let Max or Jenny get away with this. I'll contact you when I'm ready to face them. Hopefully I won't make you wait too long.
You'll be fine. Let's do this together. You're the only one I can rely on right now. I hope you understand that.
Of course I do, Noah. Okay, I'll see what I can come up with and I'll talk to you later.
Yo, yo, yo! Hey, Natasha. What's going on, girl? It's been such a long time since I last spoke to you.
What the heck? Why are you talking to me right now? I thought I got rid of you.
What are you talking about, Natasha? Are you surprised to hear from me or something? What's happening?
What do you want? I haven't heard anything from you in almost 2 years, Max.
Okay, chill. Well, I did used to be your husband back then, believe it or not. So I thought I'd message you.
Okay, I didn't say it was a bad thing. I just wanted to know why you're messaging me. I'm curious why you would want to talk after all this time.
Well, I've got a great story to tell you. You're gonna love it. I broke up with that other woman I was seeing. I'm going to come back home to you now, so you need to start preparing me some food and just wait for me to get back.
Wait, what? Are you telling me you want to get back together with me, or are you telling me the truth?
That's what I just said, isn't it? Of course I'm speaking the truth. I'm already so exhausted by that woman, so I broke up with her.
Oh my god! This makes me so happy, Max! I'll wait for you to come back home.
The only place I want to be in is with you. I want to be in our house again and be together. I only just realized that I'm still totally infatuated by you, Natasha. I'm still in love with you.
By the way, may I ask when you'll be coming back home? Just so that I can prepare myself.
I don't know. Why do you ask? Can't your husband come back to the house we live in at any time?
Well, I need to know. After all, it's been 2 years since the last time I saw you. Don't you think I need a bit of time to prepare food for you? You know what I mean, right? You understand that I want to impress you, right?
Oh, is that what you want to do? I guess I should give you some time to do that. I'll come by this evening then?
Okay, got it. That'll give me plenty of time to prepare some food for you. It might not be done in time, so we'll see. Please relax at home until I'm done.
Yeah, okay, sure. But you've got to hurry it up, alright? Don't slack off. I'm really tired from a long trip I've been on, so I want some food.
Yes, of course, Max. I'll get onto it right away. See you later. I can't wait for you to get here.
Hey, Natasha, I just landed at the airport. It's been such a long trip for me. What's happening with the pickup?
Oh, wow. It's already the evening. You're on time. That's unlike you. Well, that's not possible for me to do right now. You said I need to prepare food for you.
Well, I was hoping that you would come and pick me up. You knew I was coming.
No, I can't, Max. I'm currently in the middle of cooking. I wanted to make your favorite foods for you, and it's taking longer than I expected. Isn't it good that I'm using this time to prepare really tasty food for you, Max?
Are you telling me that all that food will be ready for me by the time I get home?
Of course it will. Just trust me. It'll all be done, and you'll be able to eat whatever you like.
You come up with the most stupidest plans, Natasha. How could you not think of how I'd get to our house? How am I supposed to get back without you?
Well, I thought you wanted me to make you food, so I thought you could get yourself here. Can't you just get a taxi here or something? They aren't that expensive.
I really can't believe how foolish you're being right now. You know that you owe me money, right?
Huh? What are you talking about? What money do you mean? Where did this come from?
Isn't it obvious? Your flaw right now is that you've not prepared for your husband's return. You owe me a lot for flying out here. What are you gonna do if you can't pay me the money? You owe me.
Maybe because you sprung this on me, you didn't give me much time to get ready for your return. You haven't talked to me in 2 years.
A capable wife should be prepared for something like this. Don't make excuses. If you're going to go any further with this, I'm not coming home.
All right, okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry for not being prepared on time. I'll get you a taxi and I'll pay for it. I'm sorry, please just come straight home.
You should have said that at the beginning so we didn't have this argument. You're so stupid sometimes. Okay, I'll come home now. Also, you can pay for all of my living expenses for a while. You work, so you can pay for it.
Why do I have to? Don't you have a remote job that you can do?
I do work, but I've decided that you could pay for some of my things for a while. That woman I was with was a fast spender, so I ended up running out of money really quickly. You'll be financially supporting me for a while. I feel like that's only fair. I'm the one who's making all the effort to come back to you, so you should pay for me to be there. It seems only fair for you to give me money, right?
Oh, I see what you mean. I understand. I guess that won't be a problem. We can talk more about the specifics when you get home.
What the heck's going on here? What do you think you're up to? Where's my house?
Huh? Max, what's happened? I don't know what you're talking about, sweetheart.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't play games with me. What's going on? Why is there some weird-ass building where my place used to be?
Oh, that house. Oh, didn't I tell you what happened? The house has been completely demolished and the land's been sold.
What the heck did you do, Natasha? How could this be? You did this without getting my permission first.
That house was just going to be too big for one person to handle, so I thought it would be a good idea to sell it and move to a smaller apartment.
So you obviously had no intention on waiting on me to return? That's what you told me all those years ago. I thought you'd be waiting patiently.
Why the heck would I keep that house after you left it? You left me for another woman and made your home somewhere else. I wasn't waiting for you at all. In fact, I wish I had a hand in tearing down that terrible house I lived in with you. It would have given me a lot of satisfaction in doing that.
Are you kidding me? Is this really the weak and vulnerable Natasha that I'm talking to? Because I feel like this is someone else.
Of course it's me. I'm Natasha, the woman who just got thrown into the garbage by you.
Okay. Let's just talk about this, Natasha. There's no need to get angry. So why don't you just calm down? Where are you living now then? You said you're in another apartment? You can go ahead and send me your address so I can come home.
There's no way I'm giving you my address, you absolute scumbag. You can stay on the street. I never want to see your face near me again.
How dare you say that to me? Why are you doing this to me? You can't just say no to me. Just wait a minute, okay? Please calm down. Why are you acting so crazy?
I'm not the crazy one. You are. You had an affair with my best friend, left me with nothing, and now you think you can just walk back into my life like nothing's happened?
Well, I didn't think it would be easy to get back together with you. I just wanted to come back. I knew I needed you. I just wanted to see your cute face again.
You've got some nerve saying all those things. You've been ignoring me this entire time, so I don't believe you want to see me. I've been trying to contact you and get more reasons for you leaving, but you never got in contact with me at all. What were you doing? You could have called me.
It's because so many things were happening. I didn't have a phone with me because I was being watched.
What do you mean you were being watched? Was someone following you or something?
Natasha, this person was crazy. I was in a relationship with you, right? Then this person approached me. No matter how much I refused their requests, they kept persisting. In the end, they came to visit me at my workplace. I had no choice but to up and leave this relationship. I thought if I give up, they'll leave me alone. But on the contrary, they started threatening me. They were going to reveal our relationships to you and my colleagues. They even went as far as to say they were pregnant. So I decided to take responsibility for my actions and marry this person. But I've only ever had feelings for you. Please, you gotta believe me.
Someone really threatened you? Are you kidding me, Max? Would you just stop it with the lies? I'm so over your behavior.
I'm not lying to you, Natasha. This is what actually happened to me. I had to go through with it to protect you.
Okay, you know the day that you asked for a divorce? I also contacted Jenny. That was when she told me that she would marry you. She told me that you were the one who was advancing on her and that you liked her more than me.
You talked to Jenny? You can't believe what she says. She's crazy. She's got so many screws loose. Everything she says is a complete and utter hoax. You can't believe anything she says.
Is that so? Well, I've got the message history of the conversation we had, so what you did was a joke? How did you and Jenny get into a relationship? Will you just explain it to me properly in person? You should have done that over 2 years ago.
I'm only going to explain it all to you if you trust me. If I know you do, I'll tell you everything.
Yeah, not really, Max. By the way, Jenny's husband told me that he's going to demand compensation from you. It's your fault, so of course he can do that.
He wants compensation? Are you serious? But I'm having money troubles right now. There's no way I'll be able to pay him anything.
Well, I didn't know that. You should increase your hours at work so that you can pay him. He wants his money. It's the least he deserves.
Wait a minute. Has Jenny's husband been contacting you this entire time that I've been away from our home?
I guess you could say that, yes. We've stayed in contact and we've gotten closer since you both left us.
Okay, you need to explain what you've been doing with this guy. I have a right to know, and you tell him to put a hold on asking for compensation.
I'm not going to do something like that. He and I are a team and we're working together to take you down.
You owe me this. I've still been in love with you for the past 2 years. I knew that you'd talk to me like this since it's been so long. Because Jenny was hanging around me constantly, I couldn't reply to your messages without her looking over my shoulder. I did look at your messages every day, though. You were the only reason I kept on living.
How can you keep coming up with all of these lies like this? How am I supposed to believe this? Are you being serious right now?
Of course I'm being serious. You were the only person who ever supported me. You've been waiting for me to come back, right? So let's be together.
It's true. I've been waiting such a long time for you to come to your senses, but I am never going to forgive you for what you put me through.
But what's making you not forgive me? I've explained what happened. What more do you want, Natasha?
Don't tell me you don't know. Do you remember the account we made together to save for our future? You used that money without my permission. If you really cared about our future, you wouldn't have taken that money from me. When I saw that all the money had been withdrawn from the account, I got really sour and knew you took all of it.
That account was for us, though. There were a lot of things going on that I needed to pay for, and I have access to it.
But none of those things had anything to do with us, obviously. I thought you were going to leave that money for me. I didn't think that I'd be waiting for years for you to come back to me. I can't believe what you've done to me.
Well, I was going to give the money back to you at some time, Natasha. Please, can you forgive me for all of that?
Shut up, you piece of crap. You lied to me and stabbed me in the back. How long do you have to play with my feelings until you're satisfied?
I didn't mean to do all those things to you, Natasha. I can't do much about it now. I just want you to forgive me for this so we can move on and meet. Why didn't you ask me for compensation until now? I guess it was because you didn't know where I was, right? I guess I'll just run away again. I suppose if I do that, I won't ever see you again.
Well, you're right about those things. Everything you just said was correct. I had a lot of trouble locating you for a long time. But now that you've come back, it's been a big help in terms of getting our money off you.
Well, I guess you'd be an idiot to let me run away in this present moment.
There's no way that I'll let you escape, but there was something you didn't notice. You're more than likely surrounded by detectives.
Huh? What detectives are you talking about? Do you think I'm really that stupid to fall for your lies?
I'm not lying. I asked some detectives for your whereabouts so that you wouldn't run away. I've been in constant contact with them as they monitor you. It's going to be impossible for you to escape now. Don't even bother trying to run.
Well, you got me, Natasha. But I bet hiring detectives would have cost you a bit of money, right?
Oh, don't worry about that. Jenny's husband's job is actually being a detective. He told me that he'd work for me for free.
What the heck are you talking about? So you've both been working together to try and find me? So I can't escape?
His colleagues are watching you right now. He's very good at what he does. Anywhere that you go now, they'll find you in a heartbeat. Good idea, right?
I can't believe you thought of doing this. It's insane. At least let me try and make this up to you one more time. Come on. I'm really sorry for betraying you. Just give me one more chance, please. I think that you'll be very happy with me now.
Why should I be with you just to make you happy? I don't want you to be happy at all. I want my money that you owe me, so give it to me.
But we work well together. Do you really think you're gonna take any money from me, Natasha?
Of course, because you betrayed me. You committed adultery, for goodness sake. You're the reason why our marriage ended. That money that you took from our account needs to be put back. I deserve at least half of it since the account was in my name as well. That's how it works.
But I haven't got any money to put back into it. You're putting me in such a bad position.
I don't care. I'll not be contacting you directly from now on. You'll be hearing from my lawyer soon enough. Even if you message me, I'll ignore them.
You can't do this to me, Natasha. Please take me back. Don't tell me we're over. Please?
I've made my decisions. You need to take responsibility for what you've done. You'll be reflecting on this for the rest of your life.
Hey, Natasha. It seems like our request for compensation from Max and Jenny have been approved.
Oh, really? That's really good to hear, Noah. It only took 2 years to get what we deserved.
Jenny is going to be regretting this for the rest of her life. I'll just let her sit in her own tears. I never thought this would happen to me.
I totally get what you mean. I dreamed of getting married and having children. I was thinking too fast about things. It's such a relief. I want to thank you for everything that you've done for me. I really appreciate it, Noah. Max and Jenny were asked to pay a huge amount in compensation to Natasha and Noah. It seemed like Max had some gambling debts to pay, but he was also ordered to pay back Natasha's money. As a result of this, Max had no choice but to borrow some money from a consumer finance company in order to pay his debts off. For him, it's just going to be a vicious cycle of paying off people for the rest of his life. He's always going to be chased down by debt collectors if he falls behind in his payments. He should have thought about what he was doing before he went and cheated on his wife and left her for her best friend.
Christine, I heard that you found yourself a new man to be engaged to. I bet you're so proud of yourself for getting there with him. As always, you are able to come out on top. What kind of man is he? I'm your best friend, so you should be willing to introduce him to me sometime soon.
It's been a long time, Gina. You do understand that I have no want to show my fiancé to you, right? Have you already forgotten what you did to me the last time that would make me feel this way?
Are you still complaining about what happened so long ago? That happened so far in the past that I've totally forgotten what happened in the first place.
Well, I have not forgotten what happened, and I never planned to let go of what happened to me because of you.
But it doesn't really matter anymore to anyone, right? You're going to be getting married soon here, right? So you can go ahead and forget about what happened to your last fiancé and move on. Having to drag that unneeded weight with you throughout your life is only going to slow you down.
I have forgotten about my last fiancé, but I will never forget about how my once best friend stole my fiancé right from my hands.
Ah, so this is about all that then. Well, in my case, all of that happened so long ago that my memory of it is really vague. But you should consider yourself lucky for finding a new man willing to marry you. So what kind of man is he?
I told you that I don't plan on introducing him to you, right? Now goodbye, Gina.
Well, do as you please. If you're going to try and keep him away from me, I guess I'll go look for him myself.
What do you mean you'll go looking for him? What the heck are you up to? I don't think he's the kind of man you should be going out looking for. So, can you stop talking like you've gone mad and just leave me and my fiancé alone? I've had enough of you in my life after what you pulled last time, and I'm still pretty speechless from the day I found out. So don't expect to be hearing from or seeing me again.
Even if you don't plan to deal with me anymore, I want to meet your fiancé. If I just apologize to you about the past, will you forgive me and let me come see him?
I'll forgive you as long as you promise to never come around me and my fiancé. How does that sound? That probably wouldn't stop you, so I won't forgive you. Now goodbye.
I'm assuming that you got the invitation to my upcoming wedding, correct? Isn't this just crazy? Did you take a look at it yet?
Yeah, I did take a quick look at it.
How does it feel, Christine? How does it feel to have lost yet another one of your fiancés to me?
I have to say, I never thought you could stoop even lower than you had and do the same crap to me again. But aren't you jumping the gun on that marriage a little too quick? Are you sure it's okay for you to be getting ready to marry him when you've only known him for a few weeks? What I'm trying to ask is, do you really know what kind of man you've just stolen from me?
Him and I both have a burning love for one another, and that's why we want to get married now. Is this what they call a destined marriage? Right now, I'm in his arms, and he's never going to let go of me because we love each other so much, Christine.
You said that the last time you stole my fiancé, Gina. But that time, you and my ex immediately learned that you didn't really love one another and broke up, right?
Well, he turned out to be a pretty boring man after all. But since then, it's been 2 years and I'm turning 30 soon. I've really been wanting to become someone's wife. So I told myself that the next man I get, I'm keeping. So this is all working out perfectly for me. I was able to get a pretty good-looking man from you this time.
Able to get him from me, huh? You were always aiming for him the moment you noticed I had a new fiancé, right? I don't think you just luckily got him from me without any effort.
No matter what you have to say about how I find my men, you're still the one without a lover. He has chosen me and chosen to leave you so that we can get married. And we have both agreed to make that marriage very soon. So no matter how hard you try to get him back from me, it's all going to be for nothing because he's already in my arms for good.
Going to be for nothing, huh? At this point, I'd rather let you have him.
And that's because you're too depressed to fight for him. And I can understand why you're depressed. You were bragging in front of everyone about your fiancé, saying that it was about time you planned to get married. But now he's gone, stolen away by your better-looking friend. And we're going to live the life you wish you could.
Gina, why have you chosen to talk to me today? Does you sending me this invitation to your wedding mean that you actually want me to come to it?
Well, you are my best friend after all.
What? Since when have I been your best friend recently?
I would be happy to have my very depressed and loser of a friend at my wedding to give a speech for me and me fiancé.
You really are the worst.
Will you not do it? I really want a loser like you giving the speech that day. I'm your best friend after all, so that should be all right, right?
Right now, I don't think of you as my best friend. And I'm sure you only want me there on stage so that you can make fun of me in front of everyone. I know about what you plan to do with me when I get there, and I don't want in on it.
I'm not planning to use you as the laughing stock or anything. Rather, I just think it would be fun time. I want to make sure that everyone at my wedding is entertained, and your speech would help us out a lot with that. And I'd like to take the chance to explain to everyone just how fun it was stealing your fiancé from you. Now, I'm going to have this wedding whether you like it or not, so just come and give that speech for me.
Fine, leave it to me.
You're such a great friend, Christine.
I'll make sure to be there on the day of your wedding, and I'll make sure that I'm completely prepared to give a great speech.
And that's the reason right there as to why you're my best friend. I'll be looking forward to the speech, okay?
But in exchange for me coming and giving that speech, can I bring a +1?
Huh? Who do you plan on bringing to my wedding?
I plan to have a very important person come along with me. That should be fine with you, right? You don't even have to worry about them having a seat there or not, as they'll only stay for a short bit. That okay with you?
An important person? You only just had your fiancé stolen from you by your best friend, so who else could be there left to call an important person to you? Are you trying to impress everyone around you again? Well, go ahead and bring whoever that person is. It would be lonely for you to have to come by yourself as the biggest loser after all. I'll be waiting to see what poor sap you drag along.
Perfect. Now I'm really looking forward to that wedding of yours.
Where the hell did you go? You just made my wedding into a mess and ran off like that? Right now, they are considering having this whole wedding put off after what you did. What the hell was up with that introduction?
What do you mean, what was up with it? I was just telling everyone the truth.
No freaking way you were telling the truth. I want to know who the hell that handsome man was. Why was he with you?
I only just told everyone who he was, right? Why are you not willing to believe what I said?
I'm sure that you just paid that handsome man to be your man for the day to show off, right? You brought him with you with the sole purpose of making me jealous.
I'm sure that you know the truth and are just trying to make up excuses in your head at this point, right? But what I told you and everyone else today was the truth. And that speech I gave was just to let everyone know the big secret. But you could also say that today was the day I finally got my revenge on you for what you did to me. Well, it's all over with now, and I've had my fun, so you can relax now as I'm no longer going to do anything to you.
There's no way you thought that you just got married to that man. You're lying. And what is this about the man I stole from you being a stalker that's been following you around for ages? Saying that in front of all our guests about my husband is extremely rude.
I'm sorry for that, but it's the truth. He's been stalking me for over 3 months now, and now he seems to have taken a greater liking into you. I'm so glad that you went looking for him, because now he will no longer be my problem.
How could you make me so embarrassed in front of all my guests, though? I still believe that what you told today is all lies, but everyone out there doesn't know that yet, and they have started to believe you. I'm so freaking embarrassed.
Well, to my husband and I, seeing you freak out like that in front of everyone over my speech was so amusing that I almost peed in my dress giving that speech. I really did a number on you today. And not only did my husband and I get a good laugh in, but my revenge is now complete.
Do you have any freaking idea what the hell you've done by giving such a bullcrap speech like that in front of everyone, though? You get back here right now and tell everyone here that you lied to them. If you don't do it right now, I'll never forgive you.
I don't need you to forgive me, Gina. I have never been wanting anything from you this whole time, actually. I just wanted to make you as embarrassed as possible today, and I think I did a great job of that. And the fact that you married that stalker really has made me so happy.
Stop with all that crap right now. Do you not have a freaking heart, Christine? Why would you do something like this to someone?
You think that I'm the one without a heart? Okay.
Huh?
Do you have the right to be saying that I'm heartless after what you did to me? In reality, that man is nothing more than a stalker of mine, but you went after and stole him only because you believed he was my fiancé, right?
And so freaking what?
You see? The only thing that sat where your heart should be is a rotting pile of anger and jealousy. And this was your second time doing that to me, right? The first time you did this, I already knew you were heartless and chose to cut my ties with you. But you did end up apologizing to me for that eventually, and so I let it go for a while after. However, this time you did it again. And had that man actually been my fiancé, you would have scarred me 2 times. That is completely messed up, Gina. When you contacted me the first time saying that you wanted me to introduce that stalker to you, I already knew what you were planning to do.
But I didn't think that by doing this my whole wedding would be ruined. And if it so happens that what you're saying is true about this Brad guy, then that means he really isn't your fiancé, right?
Well, I did say that he wasn't, right? But the fact that you still went after him and married him is wild to me. Well, it's totally fine with me that you took him away from me because all he caused me was trouble by constantly following me around. You really failed at your goal this time, but as for me, I was very lucky to have you come at me for seconds.
I cannot believe this. Are you sure that everything you said today in that speech is true? I do not want to believe you for a second, but...
Well, if you don't want to believe me, then who am I to care? To be honest, it's probably better that you look away from the truth and keep believing the lies you tell yourself.
This isn't about me believing in some lies or not.
I made sure to lure him out behind me so that you'd run into him thinking he was my fiancé. And it just so happens that you did what I expected you to do. And look at that. You both fell in love with one another, and that's a win for everyone, right? And as for the speech, I made it very entertaining and had a lot of fun giving it, so you should be happy.
Wait, Christine, Brad is telling me right now that he doesn't have a job yet.
Huh? I thought I made his situation very clear to you. At this point, even he's telling you the same thing I said, so he has to be telling you the truth.
And he said that before he did have a liking for you, but that he now is totally invested in me, even going so far as to look up everything about me. What he's saying about me right now is really scary.
Well, that's the type of creepy stalker that he is. Before he used to work for an investigation agency, but he was fired from there for using the tools they had to look into younger women and learn about where they lived and such. So after becoming unemployed, he used what he learned to continue doing what he does, and that's stalking. Unfortunately, he lived in the apartment next to mine for a while and began to really become attached to me and follow me everywhere. But soon he couldn't afford that apartment anymore and moved out. However, he still knew where I lived and where I'd go. Luckily, he's on to you now, and you've just married him, making his job of stalking you way easier.
You have to be freaking joking. So he's pretty much learned everything he needs about me?
Isn't that just great, though? You have finally found someone that loves you so much and was willing to marry you. And with him watching your every move now, you'll never be able to cheat or get a divorce from him. Have a wonderful life, the two of you.
He doesn't have a job and will expect me to support him now? If I'd known that he was this kind of person, I wouldn't have forced us to get married so quickly. I thought that when you started to brag about your man so much, this was the man you were talking about. This is the worst, Christine.
Well, whether you feel that this is the worst or not, I wasn't the one that forced you to start dating Brad and choose to marry him. So if you're going to try and blame me for this, good luck. In the end, you were the one that made the choice to take him away from me and then marry him and get yourself into the position you're in now.
He told me that he'd pay for this whole wedding after we got married even. But now he's telling me that he has nothing in his savings. What should I do about all of this? Making me pick up such a creepy man.
Making you pick him up? You were the one that went after him, right? Well, you yourself are a very crappy woman, so the two of you will get along very well together. Must suck to finally learn that the man you went out of your way to steal, thinking that he was my fiancé, has turned out to be a stalker of mine, and in no way my fiancé. And another thing, the way you ended up finding out about me having a fiancé in the first place was because I told my friend to purposefully start telling you about him in hopes that you'd come to steal that stalker away.
Huh? Why would you go out of your own way to tell me that?
Well, it has to do with the fact that you went and stole my ex from me before, so I thought that using Brad as bait for you to fall into my trap would be a great move on my part. And man, did you fall into my trap perfectly, and you ended up taking my stalker away as well.
What the hell? I knew it. I knew that you did this to me.
Well, I never thought that you'd jump to marry him this fast, and was hoping that you'd at least learn who he was before tying the knot. So don't blame all of that on me. You were the one that said yes to marrying him, right? And now you've gotten to learn that he is indeed a stalker and has no money to his name at the moment.
What?
And he's currently in debt, actually. And I learned that from someone who's worked with him. And so you can believe him when he says he has nothing. I'm sure that he feels like a winner right now because he found himself a woman that will take care of all his needs and pay off his debt.
You have to be freaking kidding me. Brad is in debt as well?
He sure is. He's in debt and is a huge stalker, so congrats! And now you're going to have to pay for that whole wedding all by yourself. And I hope you look forward to a life of having to support your husband with your paychecks.
This is so messed up. At this point, there's no meaning to this marriage.
Well, you've been waiting to get married and we're looking for a man, right? You should be jumping with joy right now since you finally have your husband. I wish you both the best as you start a new life together. But I'm sure to you, this will be the start of your life in hell. Gina ended up asking Brad about what all Kristen was saying, and he told Gina that she was in fact telling the truth about him and their situation. Gina was furious to hear this from even him and told him that they would be getting a divorce right away. But Brad was not having it and said he didn't want anything to do with leaving her. Looking at it from the outside, you can see that Gina really did end up doing it to herself and would not be able to run away from Brad easily. And as for Gina's parents who were at the wedding, they were embarrassed about what they learned about her and ended up disowning her after the wedding and cutting ties. Well, Gina really did do a great job screwing herself and would now get to experience what hell is really like. But this is all what she deserves for being such a rotten woman, and I'm sure there will be nobody coming to help save her. As for Kristen and her husband, they were able to go on their honeymoon after they finished what they needed to do at Gina's wedding. Kristen also made sure to block Gina's phone number in order to make sure that Gina would never become a problem for her again. Of course, this may not stop her from coming to Kristen's apartment, but soon her and her husband will be moving into a new home together, and by then Gina will lose her only way of getting to Kristen. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.